Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In the last episode, I shared the onset of my journey with Guillain-Barré Syndrome, how a normal day turned into the beginning of a life-altering experience. In today's episode, I'll go deeper into that journey, especially my days in the intensive care unit. I'll discuss the symptoms I faced, the treatment I received, and what life was like during those critical days. The early symptoms include tingling, pain or needle sensation in the wrist, arm, or even the toes. Muscle weaknesses, unsteady walking, difficult with eye or facial movement. That includes speaking, chewing, or swallowing becomes a problem. As the condition progresses, so does the symptoms. Progressive symptoms include severe muscle weaknesses, loss of deep tendon reflexes, rapid heart rate, fluctuating blood pressure, breathing difficulties, and finally paralysis. I remember before I was taken to the ICU, the previous night I had not slept. I kept feeling as if I was not getting enough air. So in the morning, I told my husband to call the doctor. He advised them to take me to the ICU. He helped them to organize for an ambulance, and it came and took me. The only thing I remember is them transferring from the ambulance bed to the ICU bed. At that time, I lost consciousness. When I regained consciousness, I couldn't recognize the place. After some few minutes or seconds, I can't remember, I passed out again. When I regained consciousness, I found I was in the same room that I was before. This time round, I scanned the room more carefully and I noticed some nurses. That is when I remember they were taking me to the ICU, and I was now in the ICU. My condition worsened. It got so bad that I remember a nurse telling me I had to be resuscitated once. Days turned into weeks, and the medical team decided to perform a tracheostomy. This is a surgical procedure where they create an opening in the neck and insert a tube in the windpipe. That was necessary for a long-time ventilation support and to reduce the risk associated with prolonged intubation. I remember in the ICU, I developed acute pneumonia. At that time, they were trying now to wean me. So they had to stop the weaning till I got better. Life in the ICU was a mix of fear, hope, and resilience. Remember that time, I was not communicating verbally, but only I relied on blinking. My friend, when you wake up healthy, just be grateful to God, because I know it took the hand of Almighty God for me to get well. At that time, the bed capacity in the ICU were only 7 beds, but only 2 of us made it. The others didn't. So I will always be grateful to God. Throughout this time, I was receiving treatment like intravenous immunoglobulin. The treatment halts the attack of the immune system on the nerves. The medical team were monitoring me very closely and managing complications that were arising from the fluctuating of my blood pressure, infections, and my blood sugar. Remember, before the attack, I had no issue with those three. One day, I remember when they were about to take me out of the ICU, they tried to help me sit up. Remember, I had been lying for more than a month. The sensation was so overwhelming that I thought the world was collapsing on me, but I managed. Also, my neck was weak. It couldn't support my head. So, they had to look for an external support to hold my head. But with time, at least my neck got stronger and at least I was able to support my head. Remember, I had not eaten through my mouth. And the first thing I remember them giving me, the first time they were introducing liquids, is only 2 teaspoons of water. And gradually, they increased. And with the time, they were sure I'll be able to survive outside the ICU. Thank you for joining me. I hope it has provided some insight and encourage a person facing similar challenges. Please like, share, and subscribe. In the next episode, I'll discuss about the recovery journey. Thank you.